my lovelies, Barbara here with your on-card reading for the week ahead. It is a Monday, the 14th of August, 2023. Hope you had a great weekend. On Saturday, I went beekeeping. I did a whole day's course on beekeeping. How privileged do I feel doing that course, to get so close to those bees, to actually touch them. You had to put your hand on them, obviously you had gloves on them, and feel the heat of them and that buzzing. Absolutely amazing. So I hope you had an amazing weekend too. It even stopped raining for the point that we had to go outside. A lot of it was classroom based. Unlike today, I've actually got my light on because it's so dark and dreary, but there we are. Hey ho, let's hope it improves later on. Anyway, what deck are we using this week? Guess what? I've got another new deck. Well, it's not new, it's second hand, but there we are. Tarot of the Old Path. Now this particular edition, I think it's 1993, something like that. There's the back. This deck is stunning, and it's not often I really recommend a deck. I recommend this deck. Beautiful card, bit slippy to use, but not as bad as some of them. But the artwork is phenomenal. Here we go. So this week we have, in this case, it's actually called Temptation. In a normal deck, it will be known as the Devil. Try and get the light off of it. There we go. So look, I'm going to get as close as possible. Hopefully you can see that. Now, the Devil in this particular deck is portrayed as Mr. Fox down here, because I don't know if you can see it, but he's got like evil eyes sort of thing, and he's sort of guarding them and looking very smug. Ha ha ha. I've got them into this predicament, but they're thoroughly enjoying it. That's the point of temptation. Temptation even. So this week, I'm going to say, look out for those temptations. Look out for those times when you're being drawn into something. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. It could be getting you to do something that you don't really want to do, but you feel obliged to do it. And that is a problem with the Devil card. A lot of it thinks it's all about addictions and, you know, really quite nasty things. But sometimes it's actually you're causing the bondage yourself because you can't say no. And a lot of us, you know, in fact, most of us, we do things because we feel obliged to. Perhaps it's to do with family, perhaps it's friends. How many friends have said to you, oh, come on, let's go out so-and-so. Well, you don't really want to go there. Why can't we go somewhere different? No, we got to go there. That's where I want to go. And you go along with it. This week, be strong and break those chains. You only need to break one little link to help you move forward and take control yourself of the situation rather than somebody else controlling it for you. Now this is quite often with say family, but particularly friends. If say you constantly go out with the same friends, you've been going out with them for 20-30 years because that's what you do, and then one day you sit and you think, we always do what they want to do, or do you know what, I don't like the way they speak to me, or perhaps they're a bit bully, perhaps they're constantly criticising the way you look, things like that. This week, think carefully about that. Why are you putting up with that? That's what this is. Although it says temptation, in some respects it's a temptation of, do you know what, I'm going to break those chains. Think carefully how you want to feel in your life. Is this the week that people are going to say to you, oh, I feel like, yeah, let's go on holiday. I tell you what, I'll go out and book it, shall I, and everything. You think, well, can we not discuss this first? Or where exactly are we going? You know, do you have a partner perhaps who makes all the decisions of where you go, what you do, what you spend your money on? Think carefully about that. Is it time to get that strength, that inner strength, to break a chain, break one little link and say, not necessarily no, because you might actually like what they're suggesting, but say, hang on a minute, how can I get involved in this discussion? I don't want to be just the person who is, which one is wrapped around the snake? Now, interestingly, in this, it's the guy that's being wrapped around by the snake. Now, she's not, and unusually, I mean, in the Devil card in Rider-Waite, the two people are completely naked. They're dressed here. But down here, and I saw it earlier when I looked at it, I'm going to try and get it as close as I can. You probably can't see it. Here we are. I might take a photo of this one, this card, and put it in the comments somewhere, because it needs to be enlarged to really take note of what's in there. But this is a pot of money that's being tipped over and it's squandering. So if somebody within your life, I mean, it could be a child, quite honestly, who is perhaps constantly running up problem, money on a games or some online games or anything like that, it's not your temptation, it's theirs that you need to deal with. Sometimes temptation isn't about you, it's how you deal with other people who have this issue. Now, that issue could be a gambling problem, it could be constantly buying clothes, it could be all sorts of things. It doesn't have to do with money. It's how it makes you feel. Does this attitude, does it make you feel good? Or do you, like Twitch, when they say it, you just go along with it because that's what you've always done? Well, perhaps it's time you thought, isn't it about time I do something for myself and stand up for myself? If you're being constantly criticised for the way you look, stand up for yourself. If a partner is constantly squandering money, then say, why are you doing this? We can't afford it. Think of how you could use that money for something else and perhaps put that across. Well, if we didn't spend it on this holiday, we could have a new bathroom. Things like this. It's a compromise in some respects, but it's also that inner strength that you can go up and take control. Although the devil is about control, it's about being controlling. You want to take control of your own life, not somebody else's. How does it make you feel? Do you feel good at the moment? Then it's up to you to do something about it. And that in itself is a form of being tired, because a lot of people expect other people to make their lives good. Make your own life good. Stand on your own 2 feet. Break the chains. In this case, that snake, that little snake of temptation. It's obviously set in the Garden of Eden. I mean, they're already dressed, which is a bit odd. So, yeah, well, anyway, we won't go into that. But there we are. Be positive. Be strong and have an amazing week. Taking control of your own situation, not of anybody else's, and enjoy life and make yourself feel strong and wonderful and free. That is the important thing, feeling free. Anyway, have a fantastic week ahead. I said I'll take a picture of this card, I'll put it in the comments. Enjoy yourself, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.